Hey, what's up everyone? Maury Croson here from the Performance Lab in California. We're gonna go through a throw member video today. Really wanna be able to connect in an area that I've seen a lot of people that have had problems recently with the breakdowns, as well as really made some good connections with the quarterback breakdowns that we do of more of the professional guys. So want to go into the hips and how important that is in order to maximize your overall throw potential. So what happens is, you know, in regards to the hips, is it really matters a lot with how you step. And what I'm really focusing on is the front hip. So if you're right-handed, the left hip. If you're left-handed, the right hip. And when you're stepping, you really want to make sure that you're doing a good job of both allowing the hips to kind of open up before your upper body ends up opening up. Because if you're trying to throw like a deep ball, what happens a lot of times is you get that front body, the front part of the body down, or the front leg down, and then you end up overextending with the spine and making it so you don't get full activation there. But then there's another part where people go and they'll overly open with that front hip, and now they made it so they have no power. They drop the elbow. There ends up being a lot of problems that happen there as well. So you want to be able to understand that in order to maximize our potential here, we want to be able to step and get a little bit of openness with that initial step, so you can basically, you know, completely deactivate yourself if you open up your hips all the way from the beginning. But then you also want to make it so you're not so closed that you're not going to allow yourself to, if you're throwing a deeper ball or having to get rid of the ball quickly, you're not going to be able to get any power into it. Because if your hips are too closed, then your upper body ends up a lot of times leading the way, and then you end up using all arm. Okay, so what it should look like is it should be not exactly 180 degrees when you end up stepping, but I would say probably, you know, about 200 degrees or 160, depending on how you do the angle. And that will allow you to have plenty of time to continue rotation in the lower body, and then it'll also make it so then when you decide to throw those deep balls, you can still lead with the hips. Because what ends up being the big problem is if you end up trying to go with a deeper pass, there's a lot of times where I'll see, you know, guys, they have good mechanics when it's just, you know, here, we're just trying to throw a nice 20, 30 yard throw, don't have to put too much behind it. Now the mechanics are all good, but as soon as you end up having to go with a deep ball, now it's here, and then it ends up being something like this, where your spine's way out in front, which goes into another big point that I want to hit on real quick too, is as you're coming through, make sure when you're throwing those deep balls, don't let that head go in front of that front foot, okay? That's something I've realized recently, is that if the head gets too far out in front of the front foot, now we're using all arms, we're deactivating our ability to really maximize force out of the lower body. So really hone in on being able to first step with that front hip and be able to rotate as you're transferring forward. If you feel yourself as you're coming forward, that hip not moving at all, or feeling very locked up, now that's a problem. Now you're not getting as much out of that stability in that front hip, which is making it so you're not going to be able to get as much force out of the throw. So big concentration on how to control that front hip, how to better utilize that front hip, making it so that's something that you're conscious of as you're going through the throw. And how you're interacting with the ground also has a big part of that as well, okay? So make sure you're getting that full rotation on that ankle. You should be, as you come through, you should feel weight on the outside part of the foot as well as weight on the balls of your foot. So don't just allow all of your weight to just be on the outside part of the foot, and then also don't just have all your weight on the balls of your foot where you're falling forward. Okay, so you want to be able to make sure you're balanced, make sure you're stable in order to, again, maximize efficiency, maximize power out of that front leg. All right, as always, thanks for watching these videos, guys. If you have any questions, you can email me, Maury, M-O-R-E-Y, at yourperformancelab.com. Always trying to give you guys continual, high quality content in order to maximize your ability to perform on the field. If you have any interest in our Blueprint to the Perfect Throw, definitely check out that ebook. It's free. I'm sure most of you guys have already looked into that. Then we also have a 5-month online program. Check that out as well. Got a lot of benefits. Got a lot of people that are loving the program, and I can't wait to get a whole testimonial video out there and get a video to show everybody the improvements that we've been making. But we're going to let all of it happen this off season before we get that out. So as always, guys, thanks for watching these videos, and we will see you soon.